A lot of the animators that I'm working with this year I haven't met before, so it was a great opportunity to meet wonderful people and work with great animators. My name is Johnson Volda. I'm originally from the UK, but I now live in Zagreb and have done for the past 6 years. I didn't study animation. My practice has actually begun as a performance artist, so that's what I studied my bachelor's degree in Cardiff. And I began working in the field of animation actually when I moved to Zagreb 6 years ago. But recently I've been developing a combination of performance and animation and been making durational animated performance works using the stop frame technique. And that is what I've been doing this year for Animateka, along with 4 other animators. The performance which I've been making for this year's Animateka is titled Pentagon, which simply references the shape of the table that the 5 animators are working on. So each of the animators has a position on this 5-sided table and bring their own materials. And then we animate for an hour, and then the top part of the table is rotated and we take over each other's animation. And again, that continues 5 times until we've each animated each part of the work. It's completely improvised. So a lot of the animators that I'm working with this year I haven't met before. So this was a great opportunity to meet wonderful people and work with great animators and spontaneously create something as we go along. Obviously, actually an hour for stop animation is a very short period of time. So this work forces the animator to be quite ruthless in the way that you produce. So you have to be quite fast to animate and live with kind of little mistakes. And actually those little mistakes, those little errors become really part of the work itself. Well, this performance itself operates in 2 ways. Because it's open to the public and the process itself, the animation process is revealed, which many people believe to be requiring a lot of patience and time. So that's one aspect of it, but then also we have a resultant animation, of course, as well. So there's kind of 2 folds there, 2 sides of the coin. But the developmentation of the animation itself is, as I said, improvised, but also linear, because the way that you animate and stop animation is just in one direction. So it's sequential animation as opposed to 2D or 3D animation, which can be made not in the correct order necessarily. Which also adds a lot of challenges, because obviously if you make a mark on the table, that's permanent, that's there then. But that becomes part of the work. So it's kind of a progression, and there's a kind of chaos, if you like, to it, of this evolution of the material throughout the performance. My very first performance involved myself and a puppet of myself, in which I used to have very long hair, and I cut my hair off and introduced that to the set with a puppet, and the puppet swept the hair. So that was the beginning, really, just this idea. And I developed a series of works using a puppet of myself, and they all had some sort of cleansing ritual, which the puppet was performing during the process. But I was also interested in capturing myself and having this dynamic between a naturalistic moving puppet and a kind of unnaturalistic self in the video, because I tried to keep my position in the camera, but obviously in between moving parts of the puppet, I couldn't reset myself into exactly the same position. So the effect that generates is having kind of a almost a simulacra of the self, which is like flickering, and the puppet version becomes almost more real, because you spend so much time like giving that realistic movement and putting your energy into that. And then it's interesting that the performer has this kind of backseat role. And I'm interested in capturing the performer when he's not actually moving, like in those moments in between the life of the puppet. So yes, I think for stop motion that element is really quite critical, and that's obviously the unique aspect which differentiates it from live action film. This is this is actually my 5th time at the festival here in Animateka in Ljubljana. I love the city, and this festival is one of my favourite animation festivals. Bringing together lots of great, wonderful animators from all over the world, and it feels like a real warm community, really friendly community. I always love coming here. So ever since I moved to Zagreb, I've been coming back every year, and I hope to continue to do so in the future.